Hi, welcome to Betsafe's betting preview of the much anticipated Manchester derby. Manchester United against Manchester City. Mourinho versus Pep, Aguero versus Ibrahimovic. It's a thrilling, whatever way you look at it, it's going to be an absolute belter. Delighted to say, with me, Alan McInally from Sky Sports Soccer Saturday, is ex-Manchester City striker Paul Dickov, and of course, the recognisable ex-Premier League manager Harry Redknapp. We're coming to you from the Etihad Stadium, the home of Manchester City. Betsafe, of course, is the official betting partner of the Premier League giants. With that comes a host of exclusive Manchester offers, like a Manchester season offer, score, draw, refund, money back guarantee. If you have a bet on a score, finishes in a draw, Betsafe will guarantee your money back. Always a good one, that one, isn't it? Get your money back if it finishes a draw, if you have a bet on a final score. City to win the Premier League and Champions League is 49-1, and City to do the Premier League double against their rivals United is 5-1. This is a Betsafe special. If you want it, go online and take it. Especially, of course, for the big Betsafe clash, we have an industry leading offer for either Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Raheem Sterling or John Stones to score first. Keep an eye on betsafe.com to get this boosted offer for the Manchester derby. Listen, I cannot wait for this game. 10 days time or so. Looking forward to it.
Fireworks, and what a great bet that is. I mean, money back if it's a score draw.
Yeah, well, that's a season offer, Harry, which is pretty good. So on Betsafe, remember, season offer this is. If you fancy on Betsafe, you fancy a particular score, 4-3, 2-1, whatever it is, it finishes a score draw, get your money back. So it's a good one, that one, isn't it?
I can see a score draw in that game.
Well, you get your money back.
Well, fantastic bet to nothing. Let's lump on.
What do you think? Is there any point asking you if City are going to do? I mean, remember the game is at Old Trafford.
It is, and look,
how did that finish
I
last
can't
season?
wait for
You
it.
remember 0-0 or something?
0-0, boring game, but I don't think it'll be anywhere near that this year. I think it'll be goals.
Well, with the likes of Zlatan against Rooney or Zlatan against Sterling and Pep against Mourinho.
That's the big one, Pep against Mourinho, in it. From Barca and Real Madrid days, it's well known that they don't like each other. They've come out and said it. Ibrahimovic absolutely hammered Pep when he left in his book in Barcelona as well, so that adds a little bit of spice, and I just think it's going to be fantastic. The whole place, Manchester's buzzing at the minute, with United and City, Mourinho, Guardiola.
Great, yeah.
And I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it. But I think City have just got enough. The way they're playing at the minute, the way Pep's got them set up, keeping Sergio Aguero fit is going to be massive for them.
Yeah.
De Bruyne, Silva, Mane's to come in as well. They're saying Gundogan's going to be back fit for the game as well. And City look really, really strong. But the one thing that's impressed me about United is not just the players they've brought in, but physically they look a completely different team than what they did last year as well.
I think regardless of the Northwest and being here in Manchester, the game is always anticipated, but with the new managers in, there's just an added spice, Harry, isn't there?
Well, I think that is a big thing this year, and the two managers coming in, you know, great reputations, great managers. And it's a very difficult one to call. You know, everybody's got a different. Who's going to win the Premier League? Man United, Man City, the two favourites. It's difficult to call this particular game. Is not easy. It looks to me, I can see a draw. I think it's going to be a tight game. You know, I'm sure there'll be goals, but I think there's nothing between the two teams.
I think if you ask both managers now, and probably both sets of fans, they'll probably take the draw now as well. Get the point and move on from that.
Well, if you do fancy any goals that Harry's talking about, remember, go to betsafe.com for this boosted offer on Betsafe for Ibrahimovic, Raheem Sterling or John Stones, which incidentally, he scored a goal, has he? He might have scored one forever, but now he's here at Man City. He might be a good price if he manages to
get.
What
price and argument between the two managers?
Argument is 1-6.
1-6, okay.
Between the two of them. I've written in a couple of notes here. Are there any better managers in football than these two right now, do you think? Which again, I'm throwing in. The whole thing is just bubbling under before the whistle starts.
I think the Premier League this year, not just with Guardiola and Mourinho, you know, Klopp, Conte. I think it's the best managers in the world are now coming to the Premier League. But track record, trophy-wise, they've got to be two of the best.
I think Guardiola just shades it on games they've played against each other. But I mean, not that I'll mean an awful lot to them. But who's impressed you? Well, it's difficult not to be impressed by both.
I like Guardiola, you know.
Yeah. Why, Harry?
I think he's a class act. You know, I saw a documentary recently about him when he went to Barcelona as a
Fantastic,
8 or
wasn't it?
9-year-old, and what a fantastic player he was. You know, great footballer, top class.
He was here
and
on
his
trial.
class. His
Yeah, he
class.
was here on trial, wasn't he?
And Stuart Pearce.
Was he? Yeah.
he
Do you
came
know?
in.
Do you know the other thing that I think people
At the
forget
end of his
about
career.
Yeah.
The other thing that people forget about him, and this is relevant now to what's happening at Manchester City with Joe Hart, with Yaya Toure. You've both been managers. You both have to make difficult decisions. But he made exactly the same decisions at Barcelona, because when he came in at Barcelona, he had Ronaldinho and Yaya, Deco, and made changes and said, "See you later. Thanks very much. It's been a joy. This is my team now. You're on your way." So he's not doing anything different at Man City with the Joe Hart, etc., etc., which is tough for City fans to take because they like Joe.
Especially with Joe. I mean, it looks as if it was going to be his farewell game in the Champions League qualifier against Bucharest, and the atmosphere around the place. It was actually quite emotional for a lot of people because of the support that Joe got. But Guardiola, as you said, he done it at Barcelona, and it's a big statement, and he's showing everybody that he's the boss.
Absolutely.
And he's going to do it
But
his way, and you have to do that as a manager.
He's made a decision. He don't fancy Joe.
End of.
He's not the
I've
man.
been trying to explain that to a lot of people that talk to me about football. He just doesn't fancy Joe.
him.
He's
nothing
brought in
personal.
Claudio Bravo and said, that's what I want.
It's
It's nothing personal. It's no slight on Joe or anything else. It happens.
He'd have been looking at Man City long before he arrived last season. He knew he was coming, and he'd have thought, "No, I don't fancy the goalkeeper. I'm going to change him," and that's what he's done.
It's a tough one as a player for Joe to take, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's tough, but it happens to players, doesn't it? You have players who fans love, and suddenly someone comes in and decides, "No, you're not for me. I'm going to move you on and change you." And but Joe will go elsewhere and make a great career again for himself somewhere.
What I will say about that, Joe will take it in the chin.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic kid and a fantastic pro. He won't, if he has to stay or where he goes, he won't kick up a fuss about it because
he could stay and fight for his place, and if things don't go well with the other keepers, he ends up getting back in possibly. But does he want to sit around here for a year or two and not play? I doubt it.
I would hedge you. If I was Joe, I would hedge my bets.
Me too.
And maybe stay to January and see how things go.
So would I. Mourinho's exactly the same though. He's not backwards and coming forwards almost, is he? If he needs to make a decision, he's like, okay, this is what's happening. And with the game coming up, Harry, being the Manchester derby between both of them, both will have big decisions to make on the starting 11.
Yeah, he's got big decisions, and also, I mean, listen, he had a bad year last year. I mean, he's had a great career, but last year at Chelsea, for whatever reason, there was something badly wrong, wasn't there? The players weren't, whoever them players underperformed so massively, there had to be a reason. Something was going on, and all the rumours were that a lot of them didn't like him or whatever. So now he's got to. It's an easy game managing when you're winning. Paul's been, and you've played it up, Alan. When you're winning, it's great. Everyone's lovely. All the players are great. They all love you. You're picking them. As soon as you lose a few games, they can't stand you. Their wives hate you. Their kids hate you. It's a different world, isn't it?
I can't believe anybody didn't like you, Harry.
God, what? I've had wives and everything. Yeah.
I mean, having said that with Mourinho, let's just stay on the Mourinho thing then. I think the whole thing with Mourinho coming at Manchester United, because they didn't have a good season last night, is also up to bar for the players there.
And it's the job he's always wanted.
Regardless of bringing in Ibrahimovic.
It's the job he's wanted as well, isn't it? I think he's made some great signings, and City man through and through, but I think United look really strong this year.
Is Ibrahimovic, could we say he's the best player in the Premiership?
No.
Certainly tops.
No.
Who are we having then?
Oh, lots of better players, isn't it?
Yeah.
For me, yeah.
But he is a talisman that might make a difference in a derby game.
Yeah, but Aguero.
Yeah.
I'd take Aguero. It was interesting. I went to Bournemouth 2 weeks ago and watched Man United play, and he will score goals. There's no doubt about that. He will. And I think Aguero probably favourite to be the leading scorer. Harry Kane will be bang there, even though he's not scored yet. But so will this fella, he'll be bang there. And it was interesting, he got a free kick just outside the box at Bournemouth after about 20 minutes. And I thought, this is the tester.
Yeah.
Rooney was there and he's there. And I thought, who's going to take this? As soon as he was the governor.
Yeah.
And Wayne let him get on with it.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then they get a penalty. Who takes the penalties?
Yeah, that was the one for me.
Exactly, yeah. Would you have taken Ibrahimovic?
Yeah, I think he's class.
Would you have taken him?
He's great. He's great. you know, a free train. Well, it's not free. I mean, his wages must be incredible, but.
Yeah.
For a year, short term, you know.
He's box office as well, isn't he?
His box
His
office, he's
comments
strong, he
and
leads the
everything,
line well.
Well, you're talking about Pep and Mourinho will be obviously spicing things up in their press conferences. I can't wait for him to come out with something as well.
He will as well.
Obviously, with Pep being here at Manchester City, he's going to throw something in as well.
Without a shadow of a doubt, he will. I think well, Pep out of the two managers is probably a little bit more reserved. I think Jose will have his say, but I think there's going to be some interesting comments coming up the week before.
We are looking forward to the Manchester derby. It'll be coming up soon. Okay, score prediction.
Score predictions. 2-2.
2-2, which would mean if you have a score, if you have a bet on a correct score in the game, you would get your money back on Betsafe. Remember, if you do have a bet, you have a £10 bet, we will give you 20 straight back. It's a no-brainer. Score prediction. Barry, hang on a bit. This will be the diary.
My heart says.
Can I have evens? Can I have evens? He says Man City.
Even. Hang on. Okay. Just got a price. Betsafe. Evens. He's going to say Man City.
I'll go.
Hang on, I'll win £100 in that.
All right, guys. I'll go 1-0 City. But my head says score draw 1-0.
Yeah. I think it will be 1-1. I think there'll be honours even. I definitely think both the score might be a decent bet. Actually, I think that might be a good one.
Yeah.
And remember, you'll get that boosted special offer on Betsafe. Betsafe.com. Go to that for the Raheem Sterling, the Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and John Stones as well to maybe score first. We'll get boosted odds on that. And remember that offer that Harvey and I were just talking about there. The Manchester, this is a season-long offer. Score, draw, refund. Your money back guaranteed. Bet on any City final score, and money back if it ends in a score draw. I'll just remind you this. I'll just do this quickly, just before we disappear. City to win the Premier League and Champions League, 40-91.
So not impossible, not very tough.
Tough.
I wouldn't be a buyer, and I wouldn't be a player at that. No.
City to do the double against United fives. It might be. Listen,
I'm all over that.
You're right.
I'm all over that.
Possible, possible. When's Company back? Any news?
Yeah. They're talking about him being back in time for the derby, and Gundogan,
really?
yeah, back in training. Leroy Sané as well.
Just keep your fingers crossed. He's stay fit this time, eh?
Yeah, if they can keep Vincent fit,
massive
Sergio
difference.
fit for a run of games.
Big difference.
Yeah, massive.
Could be the difference. It will be a most anticipated fixture in the Premier League. And remember, especially for the clash, Betsafe have an industry-leading offer. Zlatan, Sterling, Stones to score first. Keep an eye on betsafe.com to get the boosted price for this game for Manchester City derby. Remember, keep it at Betsafe for the best offers. And of course, not forgetting the McInally and the Dickov Premier League preview trebles. Listen, good luck to all your bets. Fingers crossed. See you next time.